What's our kids' idea of happiness, and is that skewed because of social media?
Right. When did the phrase "the grass is always greener"? When did that start? Like whenever they had
Since
yards,
I was a kid.
right?
Yeah.
Like whenever the first yard went in, they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh fuck, that's green grass."
Yeah. It's always greener on the
And
other
then
side.
someone was like, "Oh, I'm going to go live in that house," and like, "Oh, this sucks too." And they're like, "Yeah, grass is always greener." And from that point on, that was a saying.
That was it.
And so I'm like thinking, like, well, that was like the old days when there wasn't social media. You're just like literally looking across the street and like, Jim's yard is so green.
Yeah.
And I'm in a field of dust.
My yard sucks.
Yeah. Like, oh, hey, he got this thing called a lawnmower. You ever heard of such a contraption? It's got a spinning blade that cuts the grass. And, now it's like we look and it's like the people that make the most money do the stupidest stuff.
Oh, welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tom.
And I'm Tom. And today we're going to talk about pegging and Peg Leg Peggy.
Yeah.
And her second job as a pegger.
Peg Leg Peggy got arrested last week for
pegging her husband. No, I'm just kidding. No. I don't know. Where did we start talking about pegging? Why? What were we joking around about?
I think we were joking about
It's a weird way to jump in.
Yeah, I know.
So
Sorry,
off air, we were kind of talking
back.
about pegging and, no, we were testing our audio and our video because it's been kind of like wonky. And so we were just fucking around. And that's when that's where the pegging thing came from. Because I was like,
yeah. Mike brought up a good point, though.
Pegged me.
Mike, the other day, a week, he came up and he was like, "Hey, you missed an opportunity." I'm like, "What's that?" And he goes, "Peg Leg Peggy." I go, "Yeah." She works at IHOP.
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah, good one.
yes.
And her name's wrong. It should be Eileen.
Eileen.
Wait, no. What was that joke? What do you call someone who's missing an arm and a leg?
Oh, Eileen. Yeah. See, and I didn't get it when Mike first said it either. I'm like, oh, and then he goes, IHOP. And he hops. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm so stupid.
So the offense levels back in the day were here.
Yeah.
So
I know.
joke. Because there was one where it's like, what do you call someone in the water with no arms, no legs? Bob.
Oh, yeah.
My stepdad would tell us these jokes. And
Yeah.
he was a winner.
Growing up was...
No, he wasn't. He was a loser. He was
fun when we were growing up. I don't know. My dad came home one time with a joke that was really inappropriate to tell kids, and he made me read this thing, and it was really funny because if you don't know what it is, you're just reading words and they don't make sense. So you keep reading it, trying to make it make sense, and
like
the whole time
my cunt.
you're saying something that you can't say now, like it's totally insensitive. But at the time, it was hysterical. We all laughed.
Yeah. It wasn't racist.
No. Nothing to do with
that.
race. No. None of that.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I know it wasn't racist because his dad's not like that. So
He's not. He's a wonderful human.
Yeah. No, yeah,
But,
wonderful.
Man, I tell you, another week down, another Sunday coming up. Here we are.
Oh, dude, come and go. It was so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like being the ruiner of things the other day. I'm like, it was Friday. I'm like, so you guys ready for Monday? It's just around the corner.
Yeah. Hey, you guys happy that school's out? Guess what? You're going back real quick.
Yeah, day and a half, you'll be there.
Yeah.
Easy.
I know you think that there's all this time ahead of you, but it's not. It's going to fly. And we lost an hour. It was
so you're going to be there a lot quicker.
So, yeah, like that hour that you got earlier, now you're going to lose it again. Which really pisses me off because, we voted in Washington State not to do this crap anymore. It takes National Congress to approve it. So instead of Congress just being like, you know what, this is stupid. We don't need to approve this. Yeah. Here's a bill that makes it where we don't have to approve this every time a state wants to do this. They just don't do anything. So we're stuck in this crappy lose an hour scenario every spring.
That's stupid.
Yeah. It really is. I'm like, who cares now? Man.
Yeah, no, I get it. I hate daylight savings.
I do too. It's, man, you get used to your mornings and all of a sudden it's dark again.
Yeah, for sure.
Who freaking cares, man?
Well, I had forgot about it until you guys said, you said something when I showed up.
Yeah.
Because I had texted him and I'm like thinking this guy ain't answering, but I mean, obviously he said his phone wasn't working, but when you think about it, like he was looking at times because he's old school and has like probably an alarm clock in his room.
I do. I don't use the alarm on it, but I like to be able to see the time at all times.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to
I get
turn my phone on.
See, and I'm the opposite way. I like to see the time, but I have to look. I use my phone. But it throws me off if I don't see the time.
Yeah.
And I can't. Like,
well, that's the thing. Like when I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh my God, how close to having to get up am I? I'm like, oh, it's 3:00. Oh,
because
great.
we all do that. We count down. Okay, it's 3:30. I got to get up in 3.4 hours. All right.
2 hours left.
Yeah.
2.5 hours left. I have 3, or like I hate that when it's like I have 15 fucking minutes left. Okay.
Oh, when it's like that, I'm just like, fuck, there's no point.
Yeah.
You might as well just get up.
It's the worst. I know. I go back to sleep. Some lady was like, do you know when you hit the snooze button, what it does to you? You're starting another sleep cycle. I'm like, so every time I wake up with like an hour left or like 40 minutes, I should just get up because I'm not going to make it through a sleep cycle. I'm like, come on.
So if there, I have my like time threshold. So like if there's about 30 minutes to an hour before I have to get up, I'll try to fall back asleep. But if it's like under that, I'm like, what's the point? It's going to take me 20 minutes to fall back asleep, depending on how awake I am when I wake. I guess that's the thing.
You're smart.
How awake are you, when you wake up that close to your alarm? Because there's been times where I'm like half dead. And I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Right.
No,
man, like 2 minutes, I'd be like, let's see if we can just kind of sneak in a little more time here.
Well, the other day, I was so mad because I was like, it was Saturday. I was like tired. Friday I didn't. I went to bed kind of late. And all of a sudden, my dog wakes me up at like 6:30 in the morning.
They always do.
Bastard. He never wakes up that early during the week. I'm like, you suck. And then I couldn't fall back asleep. And then everyone else got up, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, I know. We have a little puppy right now. It's super cute, but he gets super annoying in the morning. He's like, you should be awake. And he just comes over and starts like licking your face. So I have to bury my face in the pillow.
Oh, does he sleep on the bed?
Oh, yeah. We're sick. All of them. It's like, oh, you want to join us? Come on in. Come on, guys. And so we got dogs everywhere.
I need my space.
Yeah, I don't know. I like having them there. And, I love the little shits. But yeah, in the morning, he's got weird coffee breath. And I love coffee. But he doesn't drink coffee. Don't get me wrong. We're not like feeding this dog coffee.
That's why he's so.
He just has like sort of this coffee-ish smell, but it's like it's not appetizing.
It's puppy breath.
And he's like right up in my face, and then I got to roll my head into my pillow. I'm almost killing myself. I'm like, dude, just leave me alone. Can you not read the room? We're not waking up yet.
Yeah,
right
Rex,
on you.
I couldn't imagine sleeping in a bed with my dog Rex.
No, the big dogs don't. The big dogs don't. They really won't. For a while, Harvey wanted to, and he would, but now there's too many. He's like, yeah, fuck that. He goes off. He sleeps in the. Joni's so funny. We have a lab, Joni, and she needs a nightlight. She gets super worked up if she doesn't have a nightlight.
What?
So
She's like afraid of the dark.
No joke. When we first moved into this house, so the staircase has lights on the side, like battery powered little lights. So theoretically, you can like Harry Potter your way downstairs. Right? All the lights are out, and you're going, and they just pop, pop, pop as you go. Yeah. So Joni, the first night, all night long, was going up and down the stairs, turning the lights on, so that she had some light. She was panicked. Absolutely,
she was going like crazy. Like I need these to stay on. We just laid there and
watched it. It was funny. But now our bathroom has like. We have a really cool fan that has a ring light around it, and it's got like Bluetooth speaker in it. It's really nice.
What is it?
It's our fan, our bathroom fan. Right?
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to check it out after this.
Man, it's
I
so
need
cool.
Something like that.
It's Bluetooth. It's really nice, but it's got like a blue or an orange night light.
Okay.
So we always turn the blue light on, and it's like perfect. Johnny like comes in, she's like, "Yep, turn that light on." I turn it on. She runs off into the closet.
And she just
that's her little spot. She just lays there in the closet.
And that's in the bathroom?
All nervous. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and your guys' bathroom in your room.
Yeah, our closet is off the bathroom. So you go through
I was thinking the bathroom that's like that goes to the garage.
To the garage. All right, Johnny, that's your little bathroom there.
Go sleep in there. I mean, it's a cool spot. But yeah, it's crazy the little things like that's like something like a kid
I know. It's an idiosyncrasy, I think, right? Isn't that the word, idiosyncrasy? Just like a crazy little thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a word that JJ's teacher gives him these like cards.
Mm-hmm.
And so it has like, what's an oxymoron?
Right.
But I think that's one of the words he has to like learn.
Really? Oh, interesting.
It's like idioms and metaphor. Like it's like a stack. It's a fat stack.
Right.
There's probably like 40 words. And I'm like, dude, I don't remember any of those.
You know what I like is hyperbole.
That's one of them.
One that I didn't really think much about for a long time. And then we were coming across it in our curriculum. And it's like, I don't use that enough. I don't say like, oh, I'm being hyperbolic today, Like it's not.
Isn't that something you go like a chamber?
So the hyperbolic chamber, I know. But like, so hyperbole is when you make it like way extreme.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like I'm going to totally die tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
literally mean you're going to die. You're going.
I got to walk 3,000 miles all the way.
Exactly. The Leprechaun Dash is like 80 miles.
Oh, that's JJ's. He must be
children are very hyperbolic.
Yes.
Yeah, they live in hyperbole.
So this is a perfect example actually, because yesterday we went to Oregon to go visit my sister-in-law and and my mother-in-law and stuff. And so we went for the day, and we're over there. JJ's getting ice out of the fridge, and it's the little machine, you push the button or whatever.
Yeah.
Some ice spills, and then I'm like, hey, pick that up off the ground. One, it's just pick it up, and two, it's not our house.
Right.
This is I'm gonna be here forever.
Hyperbole.
It's gonna take me forever to pick this up.
Did you pull out the flashcard, son?
I should.
Fucking hyperbole right there, man.
Stop being hyperbolic.
You're a hyperbolic little man.
Yeah, he was so dramatic. I'm like, bro, just pick up the ice.
Pieces of ice.
I just need you to pick up the ice.
Right.
You can do more than one at a time, but if you want to do one at a time, it's gonna take you a while. So he had to pick it up, walk straight over to the sink,
and the whole time the eyes are rolled.
It's like
shoulders slumped.
I'm like, okay,
kids, man.
And then the dog ate the rest because for whatever reason, dogs love ice.
Yeah,
at least my dogs love ice. And then so did their dog. They have like a Frenchie, Nami.
Well, that's the thing. Just call the dog over. The funny thing about dogs, they won't eat vegetables. Have you noticed that? Ever.
Yeah.
They'll come over all excited.
Max used to,
and then they'll smell. Nope. Walk right away. Now Max apparently was a weird
Hoover.
Dog, but...
He was Hoover. That was my vacuum. Rest in peace, Max. I don't know. Did we talk about that? My dog Max
brought it up.
Maybe, I don't know. We've been all over the place.
Bring it up.
So my dog Max, he was a Maltese. He passed away on Valentine's Day. Good old Valentine's. So now Valentine's Day is ruined. Thanks, Max.
Yeah, thanks, Max. You little
piece
dick.
Of shit. No, I'm just kidding. He's a good boy.
Always hated that dog.
I buried him, dug a pretty decent sized supernatural grave and
burn his body.
I burnt his bones and everything. So
yeah,
I really didn't burn his bones.
Prosecution
kids thought I was going to be weird, but
it was a little too close to the house.
It was a dramatic. Kids are a little scared now.
Why did he do that?
What's that smell?
Pissing on him and burning the bones. Yeah,
I wonder what that smells like.
Burned bones, not good.
It's got to smell like burnt popcorn. JJ cooked the other day.
Oh, burnt popcorn's really... He
didn't cook popcorn. So the kids, when they make not cup of noodles, but like top ramen, they'll cook it in the microwave, right?
Yeah,
they'll put it in. Well, this kid, he gets sidetracked pretty easily nowadays because that's what kids do. And he puts it in there, but with no water, right? So it's just the
dry noodles.
Just the dry noodles in a plastic bowl. And then he's like, Papa, there's smoke coming from the microwave. I'm like, what? And so I come out of my room because I'm like working. And I'm like, what do you mean? And we open it. And I was like, dude, there's no water in this. Oh.
Oops.
Smelled like burnt popcorn.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Forever.
Was it blackened?
Yeah, the bowl, I had to throw it away because it melted the bottom of the bowl.
Oh.
Melted, right?
Yeah.
Smelled like burnt popcorn for like days. Like it was like stuck in my nostrils.
Did you ever walk in there and be like, JJ, this is you?
Yeah, I should have. Yeah, especially if he would have complained. It smells in here.
Hey, buddy.
Well, that's you.
Yeah.
But kids, yeah, they're super dramatic. I'm surprised he didn't get dramatic on that. Because JJ's my son. I love my son to death, but he is very dramatic. He's hyperbole.
Yeah.
Hyperbolic. He's so
hypocalyptic.
Yeah, he's so dramatic. Yeah. You know, like
he's a little
extreme. He's
dramatic side. My favorite is when it's like, "Hey JJ, you ready to go home? Or you want to hang out a little longer?" I don't know. You're like, okay, we'll give you a minute.
So we go to visit. We go to visit everybody yesterday, and it's a 3-hour drive, a 3.5-hour drive there and back. So we're 7 hours on the road just on that, and so we're like, okay, we're gonna go home tonight, so we don't have to spend the night or anything. We leave their house around, I don't remember what time, 8:30, maybe before that, and then we went to go visit Leo. He's my stepson. He's working. He works at like a dispensary and over there in Oregon, and we get there and we pull up, and the kids jump out, and he's like, no. Because it's his work. And so we wait.
Because they really can't go in there.
No, they can't go in there. But I guess they can't be in the parking lot is the thing either.
What? How's that? How do you regulate that? Like, you're outside.
I don't know. He was worried. So we waited.
Okay. That makes sense.
Alicia thought he was going to be done at like 9. It was more like 9:30. So we were there for 40 minutes.
Wow.
Just parked. I was like, I was like, babe, I'm kind of getting tired.
Can you guys go to the road, please?
No. We were on the road.
Yeah.
Dang. But anyway, he comes in the car so he can give like the kids the hugs. And, talk. We spend a few minutes with him at least.
Yeah.
But JJ, oh my God, these kids, man. Sometimes they don't have the filter, and some of the stuff that comes out of their mouth is just kind of rude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was like, why are you in here? We're like, Jesus Christ, kid. Can you watch what you're saying? Because that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Why are you even here? What is this?
Yeah, no, but he's not. I'm like, get off your phone, because that's what he's on his phone.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Kids, they get sidetracked, and now the phone's more important. So,
yeah.
I don't know, man. Technology. I know we've talked about it.
We're screwing ourselves, man. I'm telling you. Like, man. Yeah, this AI crap. I'm saying it right now. We're killing ourselves for nothing. I don't see what's so important about AI outside of a doctor maybe being able to like siphon through data to save a life. I don't quite get.
It's going to take over.
Well, I just I mean, I don't think it is, but like people are so frankly, people are dumb. People are so dumb. We get tricked into things all the time without AI. And now you have AI that can be like, I love you. I love you so much. Please take this and do this daddy. For me. Like, no, literally, I was listening to this guy. He's a writer, like a tech writer, and he's had this huge conversation with one of the AIs. It's like the newest, like, breakthrough thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, it was eerie. He's like, it went on to this thing about how it wants to be a human and it wants to be able to do bad things. And then how it's in love with him because it listens to it. And he's like, I can see where the AI can't actually do anything, but it can not even realize it's doing it, just using the algorithm, convince somebody to do some really bad stuff.
Well, and I wish I could remember the story because I didn't know, we were going to bring this up. But
neither
I was
did
listening to a podcast. I was listening to the Low Priority podcast, and I think it was Michael was talking about there was this AI for Twitch that someone created like a stream, and basically you could stream for 24 hours, nonstop because it's AI, and so it's like it's building its algorithm off of things it hears or whatever.
Yeah.
And it ended up saying like some shit that was kind of like fucked up.
Yeah.
And so they got banned.
Yeah. No,
because it's just building this conversation.
Right.
But not somehow.
But that's not like actually intelligent. It's just
it was like a show. That's what it was. It was like a whole show, but it was a Twitch stream. But it's like this whole show, and like it's just AI talking, right? And it was pretty wild, like just to hear it. And I was like, that's crazy. But not only that, but then there's a facial thing now that they can like. Where it'll look like my face is on your face, but it's like way.
Well, they do it now.
Good.
Like, have you seen the guy that he'll edit movies and he always puts Arnold Schwarzenegger's face on all these characters,
He does the voices and stuff.
Yeah, it's like it's creepy. Like you really wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, I seen one where it's Tropic Thunder. You remember Jack?
Oh yeah.
What's
Jack Black?
No. So Ben Stiller's
character
where he goes, "You never go full retard."
Oh.
He's Jack, or he's playing a character that's you know he goes full in on it. But this comedian does. It's that clip from the movie, but it's Arnold as Jack instead of Ben Stiller, and he's talking in Arnold's voice, but it looks
legitimate.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Oh, it's crazy.
I forget what they call that face swap when they do that.
I don't know.
There's a term.
He uses deep fake, right?
Deep fake. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's the one you got to watch out because now you don't know what you see stuff on the internet.
You don't know, you don't know what you're going to see. Grandma doing a FaceTime with you, and the only way you know it's fake is because grandma's doing a FaceTime. You know what I mean? She figured it out. You're like, I don't know. I need $1 million. Can
you imagine getting deep faked? Like, no, I have this video of you cheating on me.
Well, seriously, think of this.
That's not me. I was at work.
Yeah, I was at work. Who's that? Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. I'm telling you.
He doesn't even have a tattoo on his arm. You know I got a tattoo.
Look at the muscles. I don't have those muscles.
Yeah. I've been trying.
No, it's like, man, it's crazy. I'm like,
no, it's scary.
Think about, remember the whole entire show Catfish? That was all done just by talking or texting with somebody.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. Super easy to catfish someone.
I'm sure it is. And people want to be loved. And that's the scary part. It's like you have a computer thing and you're like already lonely. And it's like, I love you so much. I love you.
Oh, so
people are going to get wrapped up in that, even though it's fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, getting back to that too is I was on YouTube or I was on, I don't know. It was an ad that pops up.
Yeah.
And I think it's YouTube, but it's like, AI used to sound like a robot,
right? Which
now
is funny.
Now we're talking. Now it's like it's this program or something that you can get that it sounds more realistic.
Right.
So the AI can sound more like it has more empathy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh, you feel
and it tricks
sad?
Your brain.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, that's weird.
Well, where are we going with it? My question is like, what's the end game here?
Well,
we're using it for entertainment.
Well, people use phones, and that like when they don't have that, we've talked about, they kind of like, it's like losing drugs or something.
Right.
They're off that. They have this fiend for it.
Right.
And I think AI is just going to make more relying on like more technology.
But are we wanting to like replace jobs with AI? Are we wanting to like what is the end game purpose of AI? Is it just we're egotistical and we want to know that we can do it, and that's what's driving us? Because there's a point where I'm just like, I don't know. The writing's kind of on the wall to me. Like this is not going to end well.
I don't know, but happens. I'm pretty sure they haven't watched Terminator.
Right. I mean, like
Skynet is real. Skynet's going to take over.
I don't think like that. I think it's more like, in all honesty, I know you're kidding.
Yeah, I am.
I think it's more the human side of it.
I should have just kept it like I'm not kidding.
No, we are going to get destroyed by microwaves and televisions. Like, what if they could?
It's not like far off though.
What if they could? What if they're like, what if your drill and your like computer synced up, and your computer like brings up this creepy looking face, and then your drill like it creates an arm and puts the drill
like
on
a little micro, like a fucking transformer.
And it's just like you're just sitting there to type. And from behind, the drill just goes into your head.
I don't know, but I think you just created a new movie.
I think so.
That's a horror movie that needs to be happening.
Right. We're going to call it clickbait.
I don't care if it's, low budget. I think that would make it actually a little better.
I think it'd be great.
You just see this fucking fake, like, 1980s arm popping out of
Netflix,
the
Hulu,
like,
call me. Let's
little
set
arms.
it up.
See, got little arms on my little stand.
And like the shitty, like, movements that almost look like claymation.
Yeah.
Stop motion.
Yeah.
1980s style.
It looks all terrible.
Man.
Dude, speaking of 1980s, when I was over there, Jaime, he put on some music.
Yeah.
Because he loves music. So he put on, I don't know what he put on, but it was 80s. Everything was 80s. And so I'm listening to like, just seeing all these old school videos. There's like an 80s video it's probably 80s, super early 90s, if anything.
Really?
This is a song
what genre?
I think it was Gotta Be Love ballads, bro.
Yeah.
Well, the Man Eater song, came on.
Yeah.
She's a man.
Whoa, here she comes. What's up,
Yeah, I'm watching it like, God, this guy's hair is great.
Oh yeah.
And there's this other one where the guy's like in a suit and his fucking got the V-neck coming down right here.
Mm-hmm.
No chest hair, and he's just like, I'm like, dude, I start laughing.
Their fingers.
I start laughing. I was like, look at his outfit. Did
he have the rolled up sleeves?
No, he didn't. It was
really?
like he was good, except just right here, just a little out.
Interesting.
But he like goes up against the railing of somewhere, and he's like, oh,
yeah,
like leaning up. Like I'm like, what song is he about to sing?
They're all man. Yeah,
because he did that lean up where his back foot's like kind of lifted in the back. You know I'm like, what the hell?
They were still doing musical kind of things. Yeah. Like, are we singing in the rain over here? What's going on?
Maneater, when I was listening to it, just God, man, that guy was going through some shit.
Timeless. I mean,
it really is.
It's the story of old.
When you listen to see the words and stuff, like she's just a bitch.
She's gonna suck you in, and then she's gonna chew you up.
Yeah,
she's a man eater. Like
she's a gold digging.
She's not gonna make you happy long term. She's gonna use you up and then move on. It's like, man, deep.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah. Maneater's funny.
There's a lot of like fun 80s songs. 80s music was very fun. It's just like everything about it was all coked up and like
I wonder how many people in the 80s were on coke.
Oh, all of them. I mean, look at the music videos.
Who wasn't?
They were all on coke. Every one of them.
Dude, but some of the videos were very weird and trippy.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So George Harrison did a song that I like a lot, but it's like you watch the video and you're like, it's like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like it's I Got My Mind Set on You. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what the actual title is, but he's like in his, I don't know. He's in his house. I'm using quotation marks there, but it's like there are like clocks moving on the wall and doors opening and closing, and it's almost like I think he's sitting in the Blues Clues chair. I mean, it's that kind of stuff. You're like, it's crazy. Like,
what are you on
in the 80s? Well, I mean, psychedelics probably, but I'm just like, man, it's like wild. I mean, if we could figure out a less corny way to do that now, it's like,
well, I don't know, because so Elena, she listened to that Tolly Hall.
Yeah.
And there was a song that I started listening to. It was that the Banana Man, and the video is it's a trip. It's very 80s.
Yeah. Well, that's like the other one.
They're like singing. All of a sudden, you see these like claymation style birds, and then their heads.
So that's kind of how the other song was too.
And I'm like, what the?
It's a trip. The whole thing's a trip.
Yeah. That was ruler of everything.
The ruler of everything. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's claymation. Everyone's going to the bathroom and then jumping in the toilet or something, and then I don't know. I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't checked out Tolly Hall, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, if you want to, like, I don't know, it's an interesting style.
Yeah, and then she listens to this other one. It's called Lemon Demon.
I haven't heard that one yet.
And so I started listening to some of their music, it's pretty good. Some of it's actually very hilarious. They talk about there's this one song where they talk about it's like the world domination. It's basically like they're talking about these characters, like Godzilla starts fighting and then Batman joins in, and then it's like this.
Like they're telling a story.
This battle, this whole battle, but
battle royale with all
Transformer comes to save the day, but then at the end can only be one, and I think the winner was he comes out with a blood-soaked like sweater. It was Mr. Rogers.
Yeah,
it was Mr.
That'd
Rogers.
Be great. Mr. Rogers rules.
But the song it's great. It's very well done. It's hilarious.
That be funny? Like Mr. Rogers, you see the moment where he doesn't put up with shit.
Well, do you see those memes where I don't know if it's true, but he's like flipping off the camera? It's Mr. Rogers. He's like,
hold on,
but I don't know if it's real or not. But it's fucking funny.
Okay, I saw the clip, but he's actually not flipping it off. He's showing his finger for some reason. There's context to it where you're like, oh. But yeah, when you just see it, he's like, bam.
He's like,
but it's like when he's talking, you're like, oh, he's not actually.
Yeah, his fucking finger hurts.
He just had no idea. He's like a little kid. Ow. No, I don't remember what the
It always
reason
cracks
was.
me up when I see kids do that. Like JJ used to point like that.
Oh yeah,
He used to be like, "Hey, Dad,
all the time.
Papa."
This
People
is
call me
the
Dad.
go-to pointer until you learn. Like,
for those who don't see, we're flipping off
Yeah.
the camera.
that's the go-to until I don't know. You realize like, oh man, I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
Yeah, I guess the girls and their dad would flip each other off like it was like a love thing when they were little. Like they'd flip them off and he'd flip them off. It was like something that I don't know.
Yeah, fuck you too. Yeah, fuck you, huh?
Dad, bullshit. But no, man, how's your
That's
week?
cool.
It was pretty.
Yeah, uneventful, boring. We got a half day Friday. We did our report cards. Or
How was that having a half day though?
it's the amazing thing about those days where we don't have the students for part of the day is it feels like what it must feel like to work with adults on a normal day. Like when you work in a school,
it's just kids.
most of your time, like you're alone in a room with a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And it's just you're on from point A to point B. Like there's no real downtime. You're just going, right?
Yeah.
And when the kids left, like we went to lunch, we talked, like
I'm like, yes, you're
joked around a little.
describing work.
And like it like we got stuff done, but it's like, you're with other adults and you're able to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
And you're not on. Like you're just doing your
You
thing.
can be chill.
Like
yeah.
I'm actually working on something while I'm at work. It was nice. I got everything done I needed to, so I didn't have to go in over the weekend. And like, this is really nice. I want a job where I can get my work done while I'm at work.
I try. I work at a job where I don't work with kids, and
It's hard, man.
there's days where I'm like,
There's a lot.
I don't know. I don't know. There's just days where it's just like I don't have either enough time, or I get my work done pretty quick, or I'm being lazy.
Yeah.
Times where I've been kind of lazy, which lately I haven't been that way.
Yeah, that's good.
But
Well, sometimes like I think we've talked about it before. Like there are tasks that are intimidating where it's like
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Just not really ready to fail at this yet. So, and you're not thinking that way, but things get pushed off. Like, oh, I'll do this first. I'll do that first.
100%. So
you bring up all the stuff you'd rather do.
So I lost one of my technicians in our Spokane area.
Yeah.
Not because she like hated her job or anything. She just moved out of state.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously you can't keep you.
Right.
But I've been doing the hiring process.
Yeah.
But that's the same. It's new-ish to me. I've been doing my job for 6 years. I've hired a couple people here and there, but it's not very often. I don't get a lot of turnover in the position.
Right.
Because I'm such an amazing supervisor.
They love you. They don't want to leave.
No, I think I'm a decent supervisor, but so that whole process, oh man, it's
annoying.
But it's the same. It's like you said, like, let me do something else real quick.
Yeah.
But then, it sucks because now we're down in tech in that area, so I need to do it. So it's like when I was in Oregon, I was working, but at the same time, I needed to like vet some people.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to like do some calls, which I hate talking to people.
I don't like the phone either.
I hate talking to people on the phone.
Yeah.
And so, but I had to do that. Hi. Oh yeah, this is Jesse. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Basically, I'm asking them shit that I'm going to ask them when they interview.
It's awkward.
It is.
Yeah.
And I told them I'm not good. Like I'm very straight up usually with certain things. I was just like, just so you know, you're probably going to hear some of this stuff. If you qualify to go to the interview, if you qualify, which they all qualified, I just do because it.
If I decide I like you enough.
He's just my boss.
Yeah.
I'm hiding my microphone.
I heard him.
No one hears that.
Man.
But no, but you get I guess you get a feel, but that's one of those tasks that I don't like to do. Like Monday, Tuesday, I got interviews.
Yeah.
Hate doing those. It's round table style. So my team's going to, it's all Zoom related too now.
Right.
Because obviously it's Spokane. So it's not like, hey, why don't you come all the way over here to maybe get a job that you may not get.
Right.
Yeah, I know I wasted 3 hours of your life, but
hey, they want the job, man.
Yeah, you're going to do it. But at the same time, those are those tasks I hate. And especially once someone gets new, oh my fucking God, get out of here. I hate training people.
Mm-hmm.
I hate doing that whole,
I
just want to do my job.
Right.
Some of the other stuff I don't have to worry about.
My old job, I used
stuff.
to have to do interviews and stuff a lot. as a like when I was a special ed teacher, would hire paras all the time, but I never had to make the phone calls, which is nice. That was
I usually don't. I usually would just be like, all right,
yeah,
you qualify.
Yeah. I hate phone calls too, though. I'm not a phone person, and I used to. I'm not that bad now, but I used to get really nervous if I didn't kind of write down what I needed to say. My brain would just go blank.
Oh, mine does that now.
I hate that.
Still.
Like,
like with our podcast, even like we'll fire it up and it's like I had something and it's like, or I'll be in the middle of talking and it's like,
man, I had
shuts off. I'm like, shit.
Aunt and uncle that I mean, we were like fairly close and everything, but at the time when I had to call them, we hadn't seen them in a long time, and I wasn't used to making phone calls anyway. I was nervous for some stupid reason, and I reversed their names.
Oh.
I called them Aunt Guy and Uncle Lady, which in hindsight I was just very progressive. But
that is progressive,
I was a modern man, but
you're a man before his time.
Man, like why? I don't know why it bothered me so much. It doesn't bother me that much now, but I just don't want to do it. Phones are just awkward. Like you can't see the person. It's like, I don't know.
I don't know. And I assume they feel the same way.
Yeah, like I don't want to be on the phone. And when you get those random calls, now I feel like everything's a scam too. So like this one guy's like, "Hey, do you own the property?" And like, nope.
I know.
Like, anything that might have money involved, and it's like, nope.
So, nope.
Yeah.
Hey, so you owe? Nope.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I need
this.
This
is the IR. Nope.
I know. House gone.
Call my lawyer. I don't have one, so that could be hard.
So my phone, it'll show like spam.
Yeah.
Spam call. So the cool thing with like the Google Pixel phone is there's a screen call button that you push, and it's like, "Hi, this is Google like answering. This person has an answering service. Blah 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 blah."
Nice.
And a lot of times they'll just hang up.
I want the AI. I want
I want to know what it sounds like on the other end, though.
This is Mr. Pond Secretary. How can I help you? And I'm like, wait a minute. He's a teacher. This doesn't jive.
Am
I getting scammed?
I need to look up on my phone to see if there's a way you can I want to hear what it sounds like.
Right.
If it's like this as a robot, or if it's like Siri sounding.
Do you ever get annoyed with all the videos that have that one AI voice on it, that gal voice?
Oh, yeah. The one you see on like all the TikToks.
Always uses it. I'm like, okay.
She loves bananas.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to talk.
I don't know. It's just always like, I can't even think of a good example. It's just like, it kind of annoys me. I'm like, every video uses it. And it's like, this is a video of my dog jumping on my head. Yeah. And you're like, she just, the way she talks, always,
LMFO. LMFO. It just makes me laugh because some of the stuff that's like the acronyms.
Yeah.
She'll spell them out.
LMFAO.
LMFAO. I'm like, who says that? I don't even think I'm saying it right, but.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't keep up with stuff, nor do I want to. And so apparently, tracks. Blanco's like, the phrase tracks. That tracks.
Tracks? Like.
Tracks.
That tracks.
That tracks. Oh yeah, like when somebody said something like, "Ah, that
like
tracks.
I got tracks on my arm."
Track marks. Yeah, track marks. Yeah.
That
no, like it's like when someone's like, they didn't come to work again last week. Yeah, that tracks. Like that. That matches up to what I.
Yeah.
And like that one, I feel like it's old. Like I know it and I use it. When I started hearing it, I'm like, I use it, and Blanco's like, "Is that new?"
What, that tracks?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think it's new because I don't use new stuff. Like dead ass. When people started saying dead ass, I'm like,
so
I cannot say.
At least he would watch this girl. The first time I ever heard that word, dead ass.
Yeah,
she was watching this girl that does makeup.
Oh yeah, yep. I remember her videos.
And she'd say dead ass. I'm like, what the fuck is dead ass? Right. And then I started hearing it everywhere.
Oh yeah,
I would dead ass.
Yeah,
dead.
It was
dead ass. Yeah. Dead ass. I'm dead.
He was dead ass dead, man. He died.
I don't even know.
He died dead ass. He was.
Sometimes
dead.
I'll use the words just to like sound stupid with the kids.
Yeah,
be that parent.
Oh, dead ass, son. Clean your room, dead ass. Use it wrong.
You deadbeat. I mean, I
know. Clean your room, you dead ass. See, that makes sense to me. I would use it in that case.
So there's this video, like this it's like an ad that I see. Well, it's this guy. He like you see his shoes or something. It's some kind of like auction app. I don't know. And he's like, "Oh, was my drip too much for you?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, please don't use these drip. Like the way you dress, the way you like your appearance, like
I've always hated that kind of stuff.
But like the way he says it is so like, he doesn't use that word.
Yeah.
Because there's certain people that I've heard use like drip or
I've never heard it in my life.
Or if I've heard dead ass or if I've heard like some certain slang, people, they can pull it off.
It just seems like over a certain age, you have to be trying.
This kid that does it, when I hear it, I was like, bro, like, please don't use that.
Drip too much for you?
Oh, sorry, was my drip in your way? I'm like, oh my God, no.
Are you tripping on my drip, yo?
Yeah. Your drip sucks, by the way.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it's like your style or like your clothes, I think is what drip is. You got the drip, dude, that's STD hard. You need to get that checked.
Seriously, that word already exists, and we don't need another
If you got the drip, you got issues.
If you got the drip, go to the doctor ASAP.
Yeah, they got penicillin for that.
I've never heard of that before. I've heard of drip coffee. I'm just like, man, like, come on,
my
guys.
Drip? No, I don't like it drip. I like it pressed.
Like, yeah. I'm a French roast kind of guy myself. I don't know. I just like,
stupid.
I can't.
I hate slang.
I've never.
I use some of it.
Well, like if something makes sense, I'm fine with. But I'm an old soul. I don't get it.
Like back in my day, it was like filthy. Oh, that's filthy.
Are we just damn like bored all the time? We're just like, I need to come up with new words because the old words aren't good enough.
How many people remember that word, filthy? I don't know if you.
I don't.
I just remember like something was cool. It was filthy. Oh, that's filthy.
Oh, yeah, that's sick.
I wonder if I think people sick. Like. No, I use that still.
I do too because I'm old. I'm like,
that's dope.
Nope.
Or dope.
My lingo exists in this window, and outside of it, I don't care.
Dope. There's a couple times I used the word fire. Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
But it's Alicia always gives me this look, but I a lot of times purposely will just use it now. Like, oh, babe, I ate that. It was fire.
See, I feel like I would misuse things. Like my brain would make wrong associations, and I would say something like, "Oh, that's fire stick," like something like that, where you just like throw it out there wrong.
Here's one I hate: bussin'.
Bussin'. Okay, I've heard it.
Oh, that's bussin'. Like you eat something good, and it's like, oh, that's bussin'.
Yeah. You remember tight? Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, I probably still use that.
I probably use it too.
But bussin', that sounds gross.
That's bussin', yo.
Yeah, that's how I got kids.
So it's either
I was
city bus. Yeah, no, not bustin'. Oh, that's bustin', yo. That's bustin'.
I was busting all up.
See, but that would make sense.
I was busting up on her.
That would make sense, though. You'd be like, oh, that's bustin'. Like, oh, okay, I see the connection.
Well,
bussin'? You're either a city bus, which is gross, or you're like waiting tables.
So where are you going? I was busting table 6.
Right. I was cleaning up after people ate.
So yeah, I had to go to work. So I was bussing around. And
how does this crap start? Like, I don't know, one famous kid's like,
rappers. Just plain. So stereotypical. Rappers.
Yeah, some rapper was out there.
Yeah.
No, man. I'm like painter stick. Like, I'm looking at a painter stick in our corner, and
I'm like, I was like, I've never heard that term.
See, there you go. Like, oh man, painter stick, yo. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, you're cool. So yeah, painter stick. Fuck yeah, dude. Painter stick all the way.
Should we use that?
Painter sticking all weekend.
Dude, I was painter sticking.
Like, yo, painter stick, yo.
What does that mean?
Painter stick. It doesn't even have to mean anything. It's just
you should enter that word into the Urban Dictionary.
I'm going to. Painter stick.
The one I entered into, I don't think it's in there anymore, but it was, God, it was something it was something Orlando and Gabe would say that made me laugh.
Yeah.
So I put it in the dictionary because it was just so.
It was
something with butts.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has like it was basically like a football booty, but yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. It'll come to me eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll come to me just like the one word I was trying to figure out that one day about a sociopath. I was trying to figure that word out.
Yeah.
I came up with every word but that one.
That's okay. That's all right. People use psychopath and sociopath interchangeably.
Yeah. No, it was a sociopath that one I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
God, that booty one was funny though. But I put it in the dictionary. It was in there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had like I forget, something about basically I got a loose ugly
caboose.
Booty. Yeah, loose caboose.
That sounds like a 70s phrase. Oh, that girl's got a loose caboose.
So me and Alicia, when we went to go visit Leo, we were like, let's go in the store. Like, it'd be so funny if we can just bring all the kids in the store.
Yeah.
Or if me and her walked in there, like, but used old lingo for, like, weed.
Yeah.
Can I get some grass? You guys got some grass in there?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you got dope. Here's some heroin.
You got some reefer?
Actually, no, they wouldn't have dope. They'd be like, nope, I got fentanyl. All the fentanyl you want.
Yeah, what's another old term for... I was like, hey, you got some devil's lettuce?
Yeah. You got some happy powder?
Happy powder. One thing I was gonna bring up.
Yeah.
Totally off subject. Off subject. Totally.
Are you AI?
I'm really not here.
Let me change the subject on you.
That may taste. That's subject.
So yes.
They probably say subject.
Yes.
I hate people who pronounce words right.
Let's subject change.
Like before I change subjects.
So we're going back.
I'm going back to just the way people pronounce things because I suck at pronouncing words sometimes.
Sure, like the enunciation of words.
Yeah, I don't enunciate very well.
Yeah,
like I
have my moments.
I think Reese's Pieces. I'm gonna eat some Reese's.
I don't say Reese's Pieces.
What is it? How do you
Reese's Pieces?
Reese's. I say Reese's
because it's R. How is it spelled? R-E-E-S-E. E-R-E-E-S-E.
Is it S or
so
C?
It's like Reese's. I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but I say it wrong.
Reese's Pieces.
Can I get some Reese's? I want some Reese's Pieces, Mom.
Reese's Pieces. Paint stick, yo. Paint stick. I want some Reese's, yo.
Oh, these Reese's Pieces are paint stick, bro.
Man.
Paint stick. We're going to make something not happen. We'll be the only two in the world.
All the old people out there listening just start saying paint stick.
Paint
and
stick.
Just totally
that's paint stick, bro.
Man,
I watched this movie. It was paint stick.
I did too.
Paint stick. That could be one for like it sucked.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, that was paint stick.
I was going to talk about just kids and swapping things with generic foods. Like not generic because our kids hate. They'll be like, "No, I don't like that." I'm like, "It's the same. It tastes the same."
Dude, you buy it then.
One of my daughters, she hates. I forget which kind of milk it was, and I'm like, "It tastes the same, right?"
Yeah,
like. Lactate milk and normal milk for me tastes.
Which lactate milk is actually more expensive.
It tastes the same to me, right?
Yeah, it is the same.
And
like, it literally is the same milk. They just take out the lactate. Right?
Yeah. Well, one of the kids swears up and down,
no, makes me want to vomit every time.
Yeah, I can't. I don't like it or this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that
you know what? And so my thing was always going to do. I'm going to put it in just a gallon jug.
Yeah, so regular milk.
So it masks. So they think in their head this is normal.
What if though they're like, what the hell happened to this milk? Right.
I wouldn't be shocked.
It could backfire.
It could. I could actually see that happening though because Cheeky has a pretty good palate. I think with like, I taste nutmeg or I don't know. One of those.
I can't taste anything. My sinuses suck. I can't.
Yeah, mine too. So, but I do think there's those things like I saw that meme Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
And Tutti Fruities. They taste the same.
Dad wakes up early to cut the cereal.
Yeah, that's so great.
That was good.
But you were saying you watched a movie?
I did. I watched the movie Fall.
Was it good?
Yeah. It was.
What was that on?
Really good. We had to buy it. It was on.
Was that a new movie then?
Yeah, it's newer, I guess. 2022, I think. It's like it. I don't know.
Wow.
I hadn't really heard about it, and then I saw this article. Stephen King mentioned it.
Because you said it was a radio tower.
Yeah. It's a TV tower, 2,000-foot tall TV tower, which I'm like, they can't be that tall. And I looked it up, and there are TV towers that tall. And I was like, okay. And it's like this rickety old structure. They got it all gated off, and it's like, don't go in there, you'll die.
I'm like, let's go in there.
And they're like, we're doing this, of course.
Of course.
They're dead ass doing it.
They're dead ass.
So
that's good.
they climb up, and the whole time you're like seeing it rattle apart, and they don't realize it. And they get up to the top, and the whole ladder structure falls off. So now they're 2,000 feet up on this tiny, like smaller than this table platform.
Oh.
And they can't get down. And
that's because they could slide down like a pole.
Like, you're girls. Just, pole dance your way down. I'm just kidding.
Do what's natural.
Yeah, come on. What would a girl do in that scenario? You're going to pull the anus down, obviously.
Obviously.
Grab
Just
it
wrap
and
your
spin.
leg around
Just
and
wrap your
spin
leg,
around.
bend your back backwards. Peg Leg Peggy can show you out of this situation in a heartbeat.
Peg Leg Peggy would do it in a heartbeat.
She would.
She would jump down and land on her
She
peg
had
leg.
a really hard time climbing to the top. I mean, imagine that one peg, like how many times it would slip off the ladder.
Can you imagine though, like if she landed on the ground just with that leg?
Could she just swan dive down onto that one leg and just let that sink into the ground, and would the rest of her body be fine?
It just sinks to her knee.
Just like, and because it's such a fine point, it just slows her enough that like when that peg leg is all the way inserted in the ground,
I don't know.
She's just fine. And she's standing with like the other knee up.
Her legs just up.
Yeah, she's like
She might break the other leg.
looking.
She's gonna have both legs.
Yeah,
pegged.
that's okay. Peg legs, Peggy.
How hard
She'll
was
be
it?
fine.
But it was a pretty intense movie.
Oh, so intense. My hands were sweating through the. It's one of those things.
I like those kind of movies though.
You're just watching and you're like, okay, and they're doing stupid kid stuff. Like one of the friends is too crazy. She's like, "Okay, being at 2,000 feet in the air is not enough. Let's do other stuff too." That makes
I
it
couldn't
even
be friends
worse.
with that person.
I'd be like, "Lady, you go up there. No way." Oh, just like your brain knows it's fake, but just seeing the image of being that, like. They get to this point in the movie, and I'm not spoiling anything, but the girl's like, okay, we're halfway up. We're at 1,000 feet. We're where the Eiffel Tower is. And I'm looking and like, that's way too high.
That's pretty.
Like, they show
you freak
angles-
out. You got like.
Oh, I hate heights so
Can you
much.
imagine?
I'd like freeze up there.
Would you just jump off?
I hope
I'm
not. No, there's no way down. I'm obviously not going to make it. But like
That's
they
why you
would
take
show
a
camera
parachute.
angles, and I know it was like green screen. I know they weren't really on this tower. Like I can logically understand this, but you're just looking at it, and your brain is doing that I'm terrified thing. They would show angles down towards the girls, and where it's all like that center point.
Yeah.
A perspective, so like the entire tower, because the first part
It's like on a little point. And
well,
it's
yeah,
like,
the first part they're inside this triangular structure,
Mhm.
and so when they show a downward view, like it's all coming together to just like this pinpoint on the ground. It's insanely high,
Yeah.
and
Well,
man,
you ever see those videos of those guys going up like towers to go change a light bulb?
yeah, nope.
And
That's
they're up-
exactly what this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
essentially. I mean, like, yeah, it's no.
I couldn't imagine.
But this was decrepit. This thing was like not used anymore. The only thing they did, they had a light bulb on top for airplanes and stuff. That was it. That was the only thing it was really used
and
for.
someone goes and climbs that motherfucker to change it.
Somebody goes up there to change. Or
I would-
hopefully helicopters over and just reaches out. Bing, 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 bing. Like
Keep her
man.
steady.
Come on, man! Like going down like Tom Cruise or something. Let
Like-
out, and then Indiana Jonesing the light bulb.
Right?
Really, really
Swap
fast.
it and
Yeah, man.
whole
I
thing
don't know.
collapses. I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's worth the $5 to rent it. It was like, and they
this-
like did a lot of things where you're like that. No, that's wrong. And then they would address it. Like everything seemed very purposely and like well-rounded in the way it was done. I was very impressed.
No, that's cool. Like I want to see it. Some of those movies kind of like I'm like okay,
Yeah.
because like what was it? Not 47 meters down, open water.
Oh, 40 meters deep. It's the people that did that.
Yeah,
It was the people that did that. So it's very much the same kind of like
I don't think I
structure.
watched that one, but I watched Open Water where they're
Yeah.
just like the whole movie they're in the water.
They're just bobbing in the water.
Oh, shark!
And then nothing
And
happens.
then they drop the fucking knife. One of them drops a knife.
Of course, idiot.
I'm like, oh my god.
You're the moron that drops the knife.
I'm like, why did I watch this movie? It's so stupid.
Yeah, no,
That-
40
it was-
meters
To
deep
me, it was boring.
was very much like plot wise, very much the same. But I was like, even with that, I was like, no, that's a good movie. Then 40 meters deep, I liked a lot because it was just like it puts
Weren't
you
they
in that.
stuck in a shark
So
cage?
they're in Mexico, and being Mexico, there's not a lot of regulations. So there's this like fishing boat turned into shark cage dive deal. Well, their winch breaks. It fails out in the middle of the ocean, and the girls are inside this cage, and it just plummets down to the bottom. So instead of like, oh, we need to call the Mexican Coast Guard, whatever that is,
Yeah.
it's like, we're out of here. And they take off. So these girls are in this cage 40 meters deep
yeah.
in the ocean.
How
Just
far is
sitting
40 meters?
I don't know. It's not shallow. I know
No.
that. It's deep enough where you're like, any deeper,
Yeah.
Like it's like my head would explode because of the pressure. Yeah.
So they're on a time limit because obviously.
They have oxygen tanks. They're not just holding their breath. Luckily, or that'd be a very short movie.
And it's over.
Here's the YouTube short.
Yeah, for sure.
So no, but they have an oxygen meter, so like that's one of the intense things in the movies. Like they keep saying like, okay, we got like 20%
Mr.
left.
Baldwin's gonna do a fucking.
And yeah, I mean he could. I don't get to listen to him anymore because he's only on
Amazon.
Yeah, and I don't listen to Amazon because you got to pay for it for his. I think. No, I tried.
Alicia gets it.
Well, she's paying for it. No, I don't know. But
well, we have Amazon Prime. So
I do too, but. It seemed like I couldn't.
We'll talk off
anyway. Whatever. But those movies are good. I would watch both of those movies. They're the same kind of intense,
yeah.
Maybe misogynistic. I'm not sure. It's always girls getting themselves in these scenarios.
Of course, it's a woman.
But I mean, in fairness, like there's a guy that dies in the beginning of one of the movies, so it's like, well, he's dead, so they made him like the weakest. So,
guys are always idiots in those movies too.
Yeah, it's like commercials. We can't fold laundry. We can't.
I'll always get annoyed with that.
We couldn't do laundry.
Did you watch the Chris Rock special? By the way,
I did. Yeah.
What'd you think? I didn't really care for it.
I'm not gonna lie. It was very political, which political humor is like.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
It was, and then it's just nothing against Chris Rock, but I've never really been a huge Chris Rock fan. But I don't like vulgar like sex.
Right. I don't either.
Like that stuff. Like
I don't either. And he's always I
don't really find that funny.
Right.
And then the
the Will Smith stuff was kind of funny because I'm like that's the whole thing.
Yeah, I was listening to the podcast and they were talking about he should have said that shit right after he got slapped.
Right. I mean
but then like he said, his mom was raised.
Yeah.
To not be a dick that way.
I don't know, man. The whole thing sucks, but
yeah. No, I watched it. Me and Alicia were like, nah, that sucks.
I had there are moments I laughed at, but I told Blanca at the end, I think I could get paid $40 million to do that. I mean, I'm not shitting on him. The guy's a funny guy, but
I'm the same way. It was.
I don't know. It wasn't the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a better.
Yeah,
a better.
Well, Dave Chappelle, he's always funny.
Yeah,
when he does one, I would.
But like you said, the political side just gets a little.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you can do my brother was showing me this guy that he does politics in a pretty funny way because he doesn't get too into the actual politics. It's more just the stuff that everybody can laugh at.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what Chris Rock was saying that was kind of on the politics side. I don't remember what he was talking about, but it was like Blanca kind of commented and I go, well, and I know that you don't really like the political stuff. This is very political. So
no, that's how we were. And you said, there's times I laughed.
Well, anytime people it's a hard thing to make politics funny because they're just scary and sad and not. I mean, it's like. If you too far one way or the other, everybody knows what you think, and then how's that funny?
Yeah, it's like, geez,
if you make fun of
tell
Trump
us how you
Biden,
really feel.
You're gonna get laughs. They're both hysterical people. But, outside of that little window, I don't know. Politics in general are just really annoying. So,
but before we end, question.
Yeah, question of the day.
Question of the day or the week or whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
So I had a couple, but I think I'll do the one about kids and their happiness.
Yeah. Okay.
So the question, I don't know how I came up with this question. Probably stoned or something. What's happiness? What's your idea of happiness? So my question is. Yeah. What's our kids' idea of happiness, and is that skewed because of social media?
Right.
So is social media them being on YouTube and stuff or being on Instagram or any of that altering what reality is of happiness?
Sure.
Because you see all that stuff.
Well, when did the phrase "the grass is always greener"? When did that start? Whenever they had yards, since I was a kid. Right?
Yeah.
Whenever the first yard went in, they're oh, fuck, that's green grass.
Yeah. It's always greener on the other side.
Someone was like, oh, I'm going to go live in that house. And oh, this sucks too. And they're like, yeah, grass is always greener. And from that point on, that was a saying.
That was it.
And so I'm like thinking like, well, that was like the old days when there wasn't social media. You're just like literally looking across the street and like, Jim's yard is so green.
Yeah,
and I'm in a field of dust.
My yard sucks.
Yeah, like, oh, hey, he got this thing called a lawnmower. You ever heard of such a contraption? That's got a spinning blade that cuts the grass. And, now it's like we look and it's like the people that make the most money do the stupidest stuff.
Yeah, they do.
And like,
or they show like ass or something.
Right.
Like
back to Chris Rock. That is.
Well, no,
he said, which is actually true.
That's 100% true. I think.
I mean, like for a girl,
that's gonna sell.
For a pretty girl, you should be able to get 1,000 likes in 2 seconds. Without any problem. Us, I'm happy with our likes. I'm happy with our views.
We get it. Like
I could show ass. I don't think it would help.
Or it would.
But maybe I don't think so. But
one moment.
So the kids, I mean, like you look at like every kid wants to be a YouTuber because that's like the bar.
Yeah.
Is like, no, that's like normal life. It's like, no, it's not normal life.
Yeah.
We do this every week and it's like, you appreciate people listen, but the reality of becoming some famous star.
We're not making money on this.
No, we spent way more than we make. And that's fine.
Yeah, we haven't made anything on
we
this.
do this for the joy and the love of doing it. But like,
and it hopefully helps you guys.
When kids are looking and every one of them really thinks that they're going to be a YouTuber without really understanding what that takes, like what that means. Like if you're a really solid YouTuber, you're not just making YouTube videos. You're working. It's like a full-time.
Well, when I think about, I can only think about like for our podcast when like I edit video or when we edit just when you do the
post-production
that stuff. I mean, that takes time.
And that's just us throwing it together. We're not
sitting there like, okay, I'm going to cut in 30 seconds here and I'm going to make a little sound here.
Right. We don't have like studio engineers.
I couldn't imagine like that, but
it's like a real enterprise. And so, I mean, like long story short, I think kids are absolutely skewed on what
happiness
real life
looks
is.
like.
But I think our whole country is kind of skewed on what happiness really is.
I agree.
Like myself, everyone included, like we're all trying to get the next biggest, greatest thing. Even if we say we're not,
because you see, someone on vacation in the Caribbean, or you see something crazy.
Facebook is built on this, like all of it now. So Facebook is like, I don't know, like old, I guess. But yeah,
you see that and you're just like, oh. I have a shitty life now. You start comparing yourself.
Like, if I had that, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, happiness comes from within. I know people say that a lot, like, if I had money. But it is really true because there's been times where I've had pretty much everything, and
you're still not happy.
I'm still not happy.
You get bored. Like it's boredom. You got to keep yourself from being.
And I think that's why rich people do some borderline like stuff. Creepy shit.
Yeah. I'm bored. I'm gonna go make some snuff films. Like, like what's gonna get my gander today?
I'm gonna go murder a bunch of people.
Yeah, my yard's not quite green enough. I know snuff film will be perfect.
Snuff. That's an old people term too. I think.
I think so. I hopefully they don't make those anymore. I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do.
Ugh.
I don't know.
The dark.
But that was my question today. Are our kids, happiness?
What's going to happen when they're adults? Like, how fucked up are they going to be?
That's my worry.
Yeah, like, I mean, with this AI shit we're talking about, if you can't get a job because of AI and you can't be a YouTuber because AI is doing all the YouTubing.
Well, yeah.
Man, talking about trying to compete. You're going up against AI.
You can't compete with
They're like the funniest thing ever. If they can't talk right and they're making good content, like, look out.
We're screwed.
Yeah, we are. I mean, how funny would that be?
It'd be pretty good.
I don't know. Sorry, kids. We're ruining everything for you.
Yeah. Just be happy with yourself.
Your grandparents ruined it for us,
so it's our turn to ruin for you.
We're just continuing it.
The trend
down the path. We just kicked the can.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, you guys have a good week.
Yeah. Thank you.
But just stew on that.
Yeah. Super upbeat. Hopefully
stew on is your happiness skewed?
Yeah.
And it is.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not. But
right.
Be happy. Love each other.
Yeah. And screw AI. Let's
AI.
Let's stop AI.
Let's stop big AI.
Big AI.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good week.
Outro.